Have you ever heard about any situation where the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change or the erstwhile Ministry of Environment and Forests issued any show cause notices to a state pollution control board? Well, let me share you an example. There was an industry in the Langa industrial area, Dehradun, or you can say Uttarakhand. Now, the industry was involved in phosphating was there in the process. Now, because the process was involved in phosphating, the State Pollution Control Board of the Uttarakhand state, they assumed that there are some kind of rock phosphate and other materials used, and probably on that ground they issued a show cause notice and they issued a closure because the industry was not having environmental clearance. So because of the citing criteria, I think they issued the closure notice. Now, the closure notice was issued to the industry. The industry was closed. They ran from pillar to post, from the State Pollution Control Board office to the high courts, but no yield. What happened? The general manager of that company was known to me. The general manager in HR and admin, I think. So he was known to me, and he approached me. He asked me, like, what is the situation? This is the situation. What is the way out? I said that this is completely ingenuine. So we moved to the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Ministry of Environment Forest, some officials we met, and they said that it is completely against the law and the SPCB has done a wrong thing. Then, but they did not want to give it in writing. So we tried to approach CPCB. Now, CPCB said that you send us a representation. But then suddenly what happened? We went to the Ministry of Environment Forest, the IA division, which is Industry Appraisal Division, which deals with the EIAs and other things. So the industry IA we approached, and I'm not quoting names, in fact, because whether it is appropriate or not, I don't know, but I'm not quoting names at all. So what happens? We went to the IA division of the Ministry of Environment and Forest at that time. It was not Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change at that point of time. So Ministry of Environment Forest was having an appraisal scheduled in the probably in the next day. So the IA director advised us to meet the advisor. We went to the advisor. We had a copy of the entire process, entire documentation. So we went to the advisor, we met him, and the director IA had given us a tip, and he said that, you just say that we are almost on the streets. And actually it was almost 4 months the industry was closed. So industry was losing crores of rupees. Now, what happens? The industry officer, they are corporates, multinational company. So they didn't like to say that we are almost on the streets. Now, what I did, we were sitting there and I somehow said this line. He tried to hold me, but then by that time I said so. Now, the advisor says, he laughed a little and then he smiled rather. He said that, okay, you have come after so long. Anyway, I will see to it. He placed the document on the agenda, and next day it was decided. By that time, there was a member secretary of the Central Pollution Control Board who was very, was known as if he was a tiger, and he was there. He was there in the meeting, the Expert Appraisal Committee meeting. So he said, how dare these people, the SPCB? So they sent a show cause notice, they issued a show cause notice, and they asked, what is the reason? 1 show cause notice, 2 show cause notice, 3 show cause notice. In 3 months, 3 show cause notices were issued to the Uttarakhand State Pollution Control Board. And because there was no reply from the SPCB, ultimately the EAC recommended that ministry should issue a letter and they said that it should be the closure should be revoked. So ministry issued a letter and the closure was revoked. So this is the way. The example is that there were 3 so-called notices in one matter to the Uttarakhand State Pollution Control Board. If you have any such example, please do share and let people also know what kind of remedies are available to some kind of legal encroachments or illegal directions issued by the government authorities.